Hello there, this is Jenn from McCreath, special guest on Transistor Radio today. We had to cut the last video off unexpectedly because we approached the time limit without really realizing.
What, Jen talk too much? Never. I'm just teasing you, dearie.
I'm a really shy person, if you haven't figured that
until you throw a camera in her face.
Yes.
Just teasing you, hon.
But yeah, we were talking about the issues, the difference, or the dichotomy between lesbian, gay issues and trans issues, and whether or not we should be working together, working against each other, or just working in different directions. I think there's still some common areas where we need to work together. The gay lesbian movement has had a lot of progress in the past 25 years, and they say that the trans is the new gay. We're now fighting for the same rights that they were fighting for 30 years ago. We really need allies within the LGBT community. I guess what's most disturbing for me is I've walked into educational forums during Pride weeks, room full of gays and lesbians, a couple of trans people, and most of them didn't know a darn thing about transsexualism and transition. And take an interest. We're in this box together, folks. I can't really relate to being a cis gay or cis lesbian person, but I do my research. My goal is to get to know everyone in this community. Here's your opportunity. Get to know trans people. Read up about the difference between transsexual, transgender, transvestite, cross-dresser. Become familiar with the issues, the healthcare, the inappropriate mental illness labels, the horror that is occurring right here in Toronto, or in Canada, in Toronto. CAMH, the infamous gender identity clinic where they assume we're all mentally ill, sexual predator, fetishists. No, bad, completely wrong. That's not going to help any of us. We need community leaders, leaders of major LGBT organizations to get on this issue and fight that bullshit. So get on board. Locally, it's kind of sad. I'm pretty much the only out transsexual in Newfoundland. There are more there. They're just not out. I know some of them. They've contacted me, sadly enough, asking for help. Hi Jennifer, I think I might be trans. I'm not really sure. I'm completely lost. I don't know where to go. Can you help me? I'll do my best. But I'm not the government. I'm not the healthcare system. I'm not... Again, where are these organizations that are supposedly cross-Canada or global LGBT organizations? Where are you? Why aren't there more services being offered to help those vulnerable, confused trans people, especially the younger ones, because that's usually where you get the questioning and the vulnerabilities. I'm as active as I can. I've stuck my nose right out there. I've stuck my nose into LGBT business in Newfoundland. I've pissed a lot of people off. I understand that. I'm not here to cause fights. I'm here to work together with everyone. I want LGBT organizations to keep that T at an equal forefront. We're not second-class citizens.
Right. Trans
issues are just as important as gay, lesbian issues. Doesn't matter how many there are in each. They're all important issues. They all need to be addressed. They all deserve equal attention. At Pride Week, St. John's Newfoundland Pride, there's been Pride presence in St. John's for 19 years. It's always been fairly informal. Not anymore. There's a legitimate company that's been registered, a non-profit society, St. John's Pride Incorporated, and there is a transsexual on the board of directors on that Pride, and I think that's wonderful news. It just so happens to be me, by the way.
Yay!
It bugs the hell out of me to read what's going on in Toronto Pride right now. You've got the trans people completely shoved out the door, excluded from meetings and discussions at the executive level, not being granted budget money to do trans things. You say you're an LGBT organization, make it an imperative rule of your organization to have trans people not just involved but in leadership positions. There is absolutely no fighting between the gays and the trans in Newfoundland right now in terms of Pride. Everyone that's involved is getting along. There are other issues with St. John's Pride that I won't get into at this point.
Right,
but,
right.
Bottom line is nobody is being forced out in terms of the trans people or the gays or the lesbians. We're all equals. We're all in this together, and there seems to be a lot of people that want to work together and want to try to make this work.
Closing remarks. What are you going to do? What do you want to see in the future? Or 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes.
What do I want to see in the future in terms of trans or just the community working together? I guess ultimately I'd like to see the community work together, or at the very least that we work on our issues separately. Conflict is not good. We're all being looked at by the straight cis society as being different, deviant, bad, whatever. Our goal is to try to show them that we're all human beings, and the best way to do that is to have a strong presence. We need to be perceived as a strong community, whether we are or not, and that's the only way to get people to take us seriously. My goal right now, trans issues are very important to me. I'm reaching out across Canada, literally, physically touring around at this point of time, meeting trans leaders.
And coming to see me.
Such as the lovely Josie from Trans Sister Radio.
Thank you.
She was first on my list.
Aww.
She's very articulate and educated on the trans issues, and it doesn't hurt that she's kind of cute. And,
I am blushing behind this camera. Easy now, Jen.
But, yeah, having little pockets doesn't work. We need national unity. We can't just lobby provinces one at a time. We all need to say, look, it doesn't matter if you're a trans person in Newfoundland or New Brunswick or Ontario, we're all trans people. We all need the same health care. We have the same human rights concerns, employment, housing. Canada, get onto this, work together. Federal government, you need to come up, you need to stick your nose into this. Don't just say it's a provincial issue. Bullshit. You're the feds, you can do whatever the hell you want. Heck, we know Harper's done whatever the hell he's wanted for the past couple of years. But again, we don't want to get into that.
Yeah, that's another one.
Put together a team. Trans people, trans professionals, health professionals, that's a whole other thing. CPATH, Canadian Professional Association for Transgender Health, is finally opening its doors to engaging trans people and other people who help trans people. There's lots to learn from each other. Let's get together, work together, share the knowledge, build something, and grow together, and form a credible position and an entity that will get us the change that we all know that the trans people need, so that we won't have to hear stories of trans people being poor, unemployed, committing suicide. Trans people can be successful if given the right resources. I'm far from having all the resources I need, but I'd like to hope that I can be considered a success story.
I think so, 100%.
Managed to survive. I'm living my life. I lost a good government job shortly after coming out as trans, but did manage to find another job, so the bills are getting paid. I think it's important for those who can speak out, because there's a lot who can't.
Right. Very important for everybody.
Coming out has hurt me in many ways, I think, but at the same time, I think there's value. We need more trans people telling their stories, living their life by example, being ubiquitous, so that the world can see us and learn to accept us, and hopefully eventually appreciate us.
Right.
And that's why I'm here right now on this video. And
9 minutes, baby, you're hitting it there.
We like chatting away, don't we?
You do, and I do.
Thank you, Josie, for putting together your Transistor Radio YouTube page. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Now there's going to be more, because you're on it.
Keep clicking on it.
We're so cheesy, I'm sorry.
Subscribe to that one. Subscribe to mine, by the way.
That's
Jennifer
right.
Oco is the handle.
Yeah.
JenniferMcCreath.blogspot.com. You might want to look there as well. There's some interesting stuff happening there. But I guess we're getting deep into the time limit here. Yeah, so just thanks for watching and listening. Comments, much appreciated. My email address is on the blog. Love to hear what people think of this and work together. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jen. Love you having you here.